she's been to, she's been giving presentations in all the shows, almost all the shows we had. And
yes, Bangladesh, India, Vietnam, that's true.
And she's been so well appreciated. You've been so well appreciated out in all the shows, because of your deep knowledge and presentation. And you make so much wonderful presentations. So really, people appreciate that, and I think the viewers are really looking for that again.
Thank you very much.
So in this period of quarantine, how are you, finding the situation evolving? Last couple of weeks after, of course, we had already spoken couple of months back, and we did a live Instagram talk also, but that's I think more than 2 months. So how do you think the situation is now evolving after that?
Yeah. Actually, for today, I prepared a presentation, and in few minutes, I like to show it. And while I show it, I like to talk about it. But before that, I want to explain a little bit why I say that the social changes is important, and what is happening if you analyze the social changes, and you can also forecast the future by just looking to that social changes. I don't know whether you mentioned it, but actually I'm an engineer. I am a management engineer plus industrial engineer, and the engineers, always want to calculate
do things perfectly.
something.
Perfectly, they want perfection.
We like to put everything in numbers. But I am working in denim business for 30 years as in sales and marketing. And in denim business, you need to forecast the future in order to see what the trend will be, and so that you can, prepare your collections and everything. So for a long time, I was trying to model this forecasting, and I was trying to find a way how I can forecast the fashion for denim industry and for the other industries also. So I found it finally, and I tested several times. So I think that it is working. It's mainly about the social changes in the society. When we say the social changes, okay, in society there is always changes, but I mean, there is some big changes, which is, a lot of people in the world, not only in your country or in your close area, but in the world, people is accepting these changes and adopting it in their lives. So that, these changes really last for years, not only for 1 year or 2 years, which is a, pop-up. It's not a pop-up fashion. It's really big changes, and it continues years and years. So if you really follow these changes and what is really emphasizing in the society, you can understand how it will also affect the fashion, not only the fashion, but everything actually. Even the education or the furnitures or the car styles and everything. So today, first of all, I like to show before quarantine, before pandemic, what was the main social changes which we were living in. And after pandemic, what are new values and needs added to that change, social changes. So let me share my presentation. Okay. First, I like to explain before pandemic, what were the main themes, what were the main social changes. The one of them is, I summarize it as one size fits none. I like this photo a lot because, in that photo, there is two models. One of them is a male, but with the look, with the garments that he chooses, or the makeup or the hairstyle, doesn't fit the classic male character. And also the other one is an old lady, but still modeling and still on the stage. So one size fits none means we all equal about everything: race, gender, age, religion, sexual preferences. So there is no difference between the races. There is no difference between the genders, ages, etc. Maybe you already know that it started a few years ago in one of the Oscar awards, and most of the actresses said that they had really bad time while they were having trouble with their colleagues or with the directors, because they had some sexual harassments, they had some they never had equal payments with males. So they started to complain about all these problems. And more, the women started to talk about it, and everybody said that, okay, me too. I also had these difficulties, and while I was working or while I was studying, people treated the woman in a very bad way. So more and more people is now talking about it. Also, we recently lived that, in America, unfortunately, a black person killed by a policeman, and there was a really big movement about the Black Lives Matter, and everybody joined it, not only in America, but all around the world. So people is now talking more and more about this equal life, equal gender, equal age, equal everything. And it will continue a lot of time. How it shows itself in the fashion, we are now talking more about gender-free fashion, unisex styles, and we see more rigid fabrics for women and super stretch fabrics for men. So we are breaking up the rules, actually. We always say that, okay, the woman always needs to show their body in the right way. They should be always skinny and teeny, so they need to wear stretch fabrics which is showing their body parts. But it's not. We don't like these words anymore. Women can wear anything they like. However they feel comfortable, however they like to express themselves, they can wear it. Also, it's the same for men. I mean, 2 or 3 years ago, men always selected some very calm colors, very classic styles, but now we see more and more men wearing super stretch fabrics, very nice colors. They are doing some even makeups or painting their nails. So, I mean, there is now no boundaries right now. Everybody is free to wear whatever they want. So this really important, and it will continue for a long time, because people doesn't want to limit themselves in some how you say, boundaries. The second main theme before the quarantine, before the pandemic, was there is no planet B. Finally, we understood it, because, I mean, we really gave a big harm to the planet. And sustainability was really became very important, especially in the industry, in textile industry, because we realized that we are buying a lot and we are throwing them away after maybe wearing it once or twice, and then we said, oh, okay, now it's not in the fashion, so just throw it away. So we realized that we are really giving a lot of harm to the environment, and then, okay, it doesn't mean that we will stop to buy, but there will be a conscious capitalism, which whatever we buy will think twice. And companies, producers now really focusing on their production, and they are trying to make their production giving less harm to the environment, less harm to the people, and save the world for the future. So ethical, environmental, eco-conscious, feel-good products, waste reduction strategies, repurposing waste, which is recycle, post-consumer recycle, pre-consumer recycle, or the upcycle is very popular. We all heard these words, and we are practicing it. The third one, big social change, is about the technology. Change or development or boom, let's say. of course, this technology affects the fabrics and the garments. We now talk about smart fabrics more and more. It's not only plain fabric, but it's the fabrics now breathable, water repellent, stain resistant, smell repellent, reflective, unbreakable. So there is a lot of additional functions now on the fabrics. And more, we want these functions also. Not only wear a simple garment, but we want this garment, for example, during the summer, we want to feel cool, or during the winter, we want to feel warm. And the fabric needs to give this also. Also, we talk about wearable technologies, which combining the technology and the garment together. For example, we already have some bras. When we exercise, the bra is calculating your pressure, blood pressure, or your fever, and giving signs if it's something critical. Or Levi's, for example, made it years ago. They put some chips in the garment during the fabric stage, and by only touching your jacket's sleeve, you are able to listen music from your mobile, or you are give a talk to your friends. So it will be more and more important, because technology is developing a lot. And also now, even today, we are doing the exhibitions by technology. So these three things was really important before the pandemic, and after pandemic, it will continue to become important. But after pandemic, there is now new additional needs and values. We will not forget the things that I just mentioned, but we will add additional things to these three main themes. One of them is minimalism. The second one is quality consciousness. And the third one is radical transparency. I will give a little detail what I am saying about these things. First, minimalism. Okay, during pandemic, most of us, we stayed at home. We didn't go out. We couldn't go our offices or to market or somewhere. And we sat at our home, and we mainly read, search, and think more. Because before pandemic, we were in a situation that we were just running from one point to the other point. We were running to our offices, we were running to our schools, or we were running to somewhere, and we were not having any time to stop and think and read something. But pandemic gave us a chance to stop. And during that time, more and more people read, search, and think. Because of that, we understood the value to dress our mind instead of dress our body. Instead of our mind, outside of our body is, we say that, okay, we wear a lot, we bought a lot, but to dress our mind is more important now. That's why we say that classic streetwear, seasonless basics, calm colors, again gained popularity over the last 6 months, because we understood the value of the knowledge. We understood the value of the another values, not only the garment, not only the colors, not only the logos, not only the brands, but knowledge became more important. That's why we became more simple, more calm. That's why the class, instead of flashy colors or loud designs or logos, we prefer calm styles, classic styles, streetwear styles. But when we talk about classic or simple wear, it's not easy. And I like to give this Steve Jobs word, because I believe that Apple is able to give something very complicated, because all of their technology is very complicated and very high level, but they are always presented in a very simple way, which is not really possible. I mean, it is not very easy. And Steve Jobs says that simple can be harder than complex. You have to work hard to get your thinking clean, to make it simple. It's really not easy to make something simple and also very technologic or very quality, or, but it's really not easy. That's why I believe that, okay, the classic streetwear or the simple designs is coming back, or is more important than 6 months ago. But now the details are becoming more important. That if we talk about denim, when we talk about the details, we talk about the fabric constructions, slap effects, or wash details, or the colors. So it will be much more important in the future. The slap effects that you use, when you look at the trouser, you will just maybe see a simple trouser, but when you go into the details, you will see very nicely designed slab effects, very deep indigo colors, or very good contrast. And it will be not easy to make it if you don't really handle the technology very well, or the knowledge very well. So we say that back to purity, back to simplicity, becoming more important, and timelessness has replaced trendiness. Now I will talk about the second thing. It is, oh, I'm sorry, the Siri suddenly started to give me some directions. Anyway, so quality consciousness. Okay, fashion is now more than appearance. It's about knowledge, education, and appreciation. When I talked about the pandemic period, I told that, okay, we read a lot, we searched a lot, and we also learned to look details in the garments or in the fabrics. And we will ask more and more about the garments details, about the fabric details in the future. So knowledge, education, appreciation is about the fashion now. The parameter for quality and performance also is expanded. Now customer will demand more quality, more performance, and more high-level fabric standards. Okay, we will maybe asking, we were just going to a shop and we were checking the styles and we were just choosing something and we were putting it on, and if we say that, okay, I mean, we see it in the nice way, okay, let's buy it. But we will start to ask more questions. The quality, the performance, the fabric standards, we will ask more about these parameters. And these parameters is not easy to make. That's why it will be only performed by high-level suppliers. When I talk about performance fabrics, okay, we will ask great products and unwavering brand vision. For example, if we talk about super stretch fabric and if we talk about the great products, we say that, okay, shrinkage should be minimum, growth should be minimum, the width of the fabric should be wider, but also, for example, we will ask these parameters, which is minimum body pressure. The fabric should be breathable. It should regulate the body. It should be antimicrobial. So there will be more parameters, more performance parameters in the future. People will start to ask these parameters also. Also, because we are working more from home than ever, we need to feel safe and also comfortable. That's why comfortable fabrics will be much more important. Most of us still working from home. That's why we like to wear comfortable styles. But we also like to see ourselves positive while we are staying at home. So we will see more prints, we will see more small details, we will see more comfortable styles after pandemic. The third important value will be radical transparency, which is, okay, we faced with a very serious health problem, the COVID. But okay, we were giving importance to the sustainability. Now we are giving more importance to sustainability. We want to protect ourselves, but now we understood that it is also very important to respect and protect the nature. Most of the fabric suppliers, big industries, already working on sustainability, but now the end users also understood the value of the sustainability. That's why they will start to ask more and more questions about the sustainable way of the garments. For example, they want to learn what is the content of the goods, what is the production stages, what is the health and safety parameters. I am seeing more and more these QR codes on the garments. By just reading these QR codes, you are able to see which factory produced this garment, which factory stitched this garment, what kind of, how much recycled material used in this garment, or what is the this garment's impact on the environment, or carbon release value. So people not only see the content of the, okay, 100% cotton or this or that, but they will also check what is the production stages, who made it, how they made it, etc. So because of that, the transparency will be more and more important. I call it as radical transparency, because you have to open all your production stages to the end user, and you have to prove that you do everything in the right way. It's not only about the certifications, because I know that most of the people is giving some certifications like BCI Gold or GRS, blah, blah, blah. But these certifications are only showing the ingredients in that fabric or in that garment. But now I am talking more about the processes. You have to be transparent in all your processes. You have to show the people where you are buying your cotton, how you are producing it, while you are, what is your workers' age, or what is your workers' health condition, and also your garment is giving any harm to the environment or not. You have to be transparent for all these items, because people will ask more and more. That's why transparency through traceability, supply chain mapping, sustainable sourcing, and in all actions, we need to be transparent, not only for the fabric ingredients. So let me, just a minute. Because we understood the value of the nature, the value of the transparency, the value of the other things much more deeply. So I believe that these teams will continue, and the future will be much more better if we really follow the right steps, and we can give a better world to our children. And thank you very much. That is all I like to say, and hope to see you sometimes in somewhere else. Bye-bye.